We are back on Morning Line. Thanks for joining us. Nick Barris here along with Metro Nashville Vice Mayor Jim Shulman, also Councilwoman at Large Sharon Hurt. Thank you all for joining us. As we went to break, we heard from Councilwoman Hurt talking about the call from Ann about dialogue, and it doesn't seem like there's been much just in the couple days since, at least according to her. There's going to be another rally this afternoon, correct?
There was a rally last night. I don't know if there's a rally today. There's a vigil tonight.
Vigil, rather. I'm sorry, vigil
There's a
tonight.
vigil that the mayor is working in conjunction with Deputy Mayor Brenda Haywood to bring together some ministers and pastors from around the city to take a moment. And this, I think it starts at 6 o'clock. I believe it's down on the public square. They're trying to be, I think you have to look at the information feed that's coming from the mayor's office, but I think they're trying to practice social distancing, so I don't know how many people are going to come. It's before the council meeting tonight where we're taking up the budget. So I know that we start at 6:30. At some point we're going to refer back over to the mayor's office during the council meeting to hear from Brenda Haywood and some other folks, and then we'll go back into session. The hope is that, and I was listening very carefully what Councilmember Hurt was saying, because part of this is about listening. It's not just about talking, it's about listening to each other and understanding. So, you know, we all come from different perspectives. What we have to do is sit down and be willing to listen. Nick, one of the things I saw, you know, there's this thing going on, it's called Blackout Tuesday with the music industry. Right. And one of the most important lines, I think, was at the end of either the press release that says, you know, with Blackout Tuesday, we're going to turn the music off so we can truly listen. Mm-hmm. We've got to listen. So vigil tonight, council meeting tonight. I think it takes a couple of days. People are still really deeply impacted and affected by what happened Saturday. The key to me is, okay, once we get through a couple of these days, is to really encourage everybody to sit back down. Once we kind of stabilize everything and make sure everything is okay here in Nashville, it's to bring people to the table. And, you know I've talked to Councilmember Hurt, have tremendous respect for her, tremendous respect for the minority caucus. We need to bring people together and work through this stuff, because it's not like, I see these things as opportunities, which are unfortunate opportunities because you don't want any of this stuff to happen. But obviously, this is a moment in time where we need to all sit down and think through this and try to come up with solutions to fix it. Mm-hmm. I don't want other people hurt or killed.
Sure.
I want us to work through this as we're supposed to, because that's what we're supposed to do as a country, as a city. We sit down, we come up with better solutions. You were talking about the Community Oversight Board. We need to make these things all work together. And at a moment like this, again, we have to get it calm, but then we need to not forget. This country has a bad habit, unfortunately, sometimes of forgetting, and then we get down the road and something else happens. No, we need to sit down and work through this.
I think that's what people don't want. Let's take another call for the councilwoman and the vice mayor. I think we've got JC. Are you there, JC?
Yeah, Nick.
Go ahead, sir.
What I want to do is make a comment about a video I seen on YouTube, and it was for the I Will Breathe rally. And what it was this gentleman at the very end of it, when you get down to where you see next, this gentleman was standing up in front of the riders and was telling them, you can't do this. This is my city, don't. And y'all need to view that video. And that gentleman needs to be recognized by the mayor or even the governor. But he stood up in front of the riders, in front of the building there, mm-hmm. telling them, don't do this, no. And this is my city. I pay taxes here.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, Councilwoman at Large Sharon Hurt, talk about the city. It's your city, it's my city, it's the vice mayor's city, and it was hurtful to see the damage that was being done. And everyone agrees protest is fine. The concern is when it got out of control. What are your thoughts on that, when the damage was done and the looting downtown on Lower Broad?
So I cried most of Sunday. This is my city. I'm originally from Memphis, and I came here for school. And I absolutely love Nashville from the very moment that I got here. And that love has grown over decades of me working in the community, on the ground, me seeing the hope, the progress, the things that we have here in Nashville. I was devastated to see the things that were happening. What it is that we don't know who actually did it. There have been talks about how people from outside have come in and done things, and I know that is possible because that happens to Tennessee State University a lot, that things happen close to that campus or on the campus, and it's outsiders that come in and not the students themselves who do it. But because it appears to be, then that's what people get, and they take that. So I was very devastated about it. Again, I think that people are begging and pleading to be heard. So, all of the activity, the looting, the breaking of the windows, all of that, people get emotional. It's an emotional charge, and that's the only way that they felt power, is to be able to break something, to do things. We've seen that played out before, and that is what I believe it is. So and Vice Mayor, I really want to say that I appreciate you talking about the communication and listening, and because that's what I understand communication is. The communication is understanding and being understood. And in order to understand, you must listen, and being understood, the person that you communicate with has to also listen. So I think we have a great opportunity with COVID-19 and the disbursement of those funds. We've indicated that across the country, the Black community has been disproportionately affected in a negative way with COVID-19. If those funds are coming in here from the CARES Act, then I would expect that it will go to that community to make sure that they have it their fair share, since it's disproportionately affected Black communities, disproportionately make sure that the most vulnerable population has funds in order to rebound from all of this.
Councilwoman.
And until we do that, we are not good to go. It has to be more than just talk. We've got to have some action. And Vice Mayor, I appreciate the way you respond. I just wish I could get that same type of response from the mayor, because the Minority Caucus has written him on 3 or 4 occasions, and I am yet to receive a direct response from him in regards to some of the things we requested.
Well, hopefully that dialogue gets going now, and shows like this get that out, and your thoughts as well. People are aware of it. Listen, Councilwoman, we thank you very much for joining us this morning. Hopefully we can talk to you again. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day. And we're going to take a break. Absolutely. When we come back, we will continue our conversation. We're also going to hear from one of the merchants who had property that was vandalized on on Saturday, and we'll find out where they go from here, and more of our conversation and comments from you online. We'll be right back.